Is there a secret to a long and full life? Many people believe that a long life is a lottery, where some are lucky with genes and some are not. However, the reality is actually much more promising. Reaching a centenary and still being healthy and vigorous is not just a matter of luck. Moreover, in order to live a long and happy life, it is not necessary to resort to some complicated, expensive procedures. In fact, there are a number of simple and accessible to everyone habits that can dramatically change life, prolong it, and fill it with true meaning. At first glance, these habits may seem insignificant, but do not underestimate their power. They have a powerful potential to positively impact physical health, emotional balance, and even spiritual well-being. After all, morning is the beginning of the day, and a day is a little life. And the whole life depends on how the day is spent. Even the most seemingly inconspicuous but repeated from day-to-day actions can have a tremendous impact on the length of life and its quality. And vice versa, just one wrong choice repeated regularly can imperceptibly but surely undermine health. If you aspire to longevity and want to meet your 100th birthday in good health, it is worth paying close attention to a number of simple but effective habits. It may seem that they are too simple to be effective, but this is a deceptive impression. These habits, like keys, can open the door to inexhaustible energy of the body, clarity of mind, and harmony of the soul. Let me tell you a story about two remarkable individuals who made seemingly insignificant adjustments to their daily routines, but they became the secret to their enviable longevity. These stories will undoubtedly inspire you to rethink your own beliefs and introduce into your life small but extremely important for health and well-being daily rituals. In one busy town that stretches on the very border with a quiet village lived and worked Dr. Chen. Outwardly, he did not stand out much among the other townspeople, short in stature, with a friendly smile on his face, slightly hunched under the burden of his years. However, once you got to know him better, people could not help but marvel at his truly inexhaustible energy. Even on the threshold of his 93rd birthday, he was cheerfully going to work at the local clinic, where he not only saw patients, but also lectured to young, hopeful doctors, sharing his invaluable experience with them. Every morning, Dr. Chen began invariably. He filled a copper bowl with hot water, added a few drops of lavender essential oil, carefully grown on his own garden plot, and leisurely immersed his tired feet in it. "It's not just taking care of my body, it's a dialogue with my ancestors," he liked to repeat during this daily ritual. Dr. Chen covered his eyes and mentally transported himself to another dimension, imagining himself as a mighty tree whose roots went deep into the bowels of the earth, nourishing him with life-giving power. He claimed that he had first learned the depth and power of this ritual from his wise grandmother, who had lived a long and happy life. In a secluded settlement lived a woman renowned for her healing abilities. She often said that a person's health rests on the condition of his feet, like the foundation that holds the whole building together. The old mentor passed on her knowledge to Chen, teaching him the art of foot massage. She revealed to him the secret of the connection between each point on the sole of the foot and a certain organ in the human body. Many of those who came to Chen for help complained of constant fatigue, excruciating insomnia, or aching back pain. In such cases, the doctor invariably advised to start with the feet. Chen patiently demonstrated simple massage techniques, explained in detail how to stimulate blood circulation. People left his house with incredulous grins on their faces, but a month later they returned, filled with gratitude and amazement. The happy patients told each other that the pain in their legs was gone, as if it had never existed. Dr. Chen chuckled good-naturedly, noting that this was only the first step on the road to healing. He was convinced that healthy and strong legs were the key to a resilient spirit. On the southern coast of Spain, in a small fishing village, lived a man named Victor. Despite his venerable age, and he was already 103 years old, he gained fame thanks to inexhaustible energy and vitality. The secret of his vigor was surprisingly simple. Victor's abode was located on a hill overlooking a vast expanse of sea. Every morning, despite his advanced years, the old fisherman went down to his boat to check the nets, in which the fish caught during the night were fluttering. The source of Victor's inexhaustible energy was known to every resident in the neighborhood. Every day, with the first rays of the sun, Victor appeared in the yard of his house. In his hands, he held a weighty bucket filled with ice-cold seawater. Decisively raising it above his head, he single-handedly poured the cold stream over himself. At that moment, standing barefoot on the stones that had cooled down during the night, he was laughing with a sonorous, childlike and direct laughter. Neighbors, who became involuntary witnesses of this morning ceremony, often wondered, "Victor, what makes you subject yourself to such a test?" To which he, without ceasing to smile, answered, "Ice water awakens my soul, fills me with life. It is as if it tells me, 'You are alive, Victor, you feel, you exist.'" This unusual ritual goes back to Victor's younger years. One day, after returning from a grueling voyage, which was accompanied by a violent storm, Victor came down with a severe cold. Exhausted by the disease, he did not expect a speedy recovery. Then an experienced local fisherman shared with him the secret to regaining his strength. "Seawater is a source of vitality," the old man said, advising Victor to douse himself with cold water every morning without exception. At first, Victor took this advice with skepticism. However, having overpowered himself and started to follow the old fisherman's advice, he soon felt the beneficial changes. Diseases began to pass him by, and his body became full of unprecedented energy. Over time, Victor began to notice that daily cold water dousing not only strengthened his physical health, but also had a beneficial effect on his state of mind. He began to claim that the life-giving moisture helped him to cope with anxieties and fears, hardened his character, making him more resilient in the face of life's adversities. As the years passed, the morning ritual became more than just a way to improve his health. This daily ritual became a sacred act for him, a symbol of renewal and unity with nature. Every day, starting with this refreshing surge, he felt a deep sense of gratitude for the gift of life and the strength he felt within himself. By the way, the narrator's childhood years were also spent in a small village lost among the vast expanses. Every day, as soon as the sun appeared from behind the edge of the sky, its first reflections illuminated the dwelling built of unhewn boulders. The windows of the house overlooked the rushing mountain stream, which did not stop either in the cold or in the hot days. The morning chores began before daylight, fetching water from the stream, lighting the hearth, and helping his mother prepare lentil soup. Often there were complaints about the bitter cold. The water in the brook was scalding cold, and fingers lost sensitivity after each contact with it. One day, however, his father, noticing his attempts to warm his chilled hands by the flame, beckoned to the stream with a smile. "Can you feel the moisture caressing your fingers?" he inquired as his palms dipped reluctantly into the water. "It is life itself. That freshness awakens your body, just as a gust of wind awakens the leaves on the trees." Since that memorable day, every morning began with a visit to the creek. Gradually came the ability not just to put up with the cold, but to find pleasure in it. My father said that the cold stream opens hidden doors, helps to get rid of all the superfluous, of everything that drowns out the sounds of the world. They stood shoulder to shoulder, barefoot on the shore stones, eyes closed, listening to the murmur of the water and the rustle of the wind. The sounds of the flowing water surrounded us like a melody. Over time, this daily ritual became not just a routine, but a moment of merging with the world around us, with my father and with myself. They did not have long conversations, but the son felt the power of his father, and this power nurtured in him steadfastness, endurance, and mental harmony. When the young man grew up, he realized that such simple activities, such as washing in a forest stream, instill not only the skills of caring for their bodies, but also the deepest reverence for all living things. After all, people, like the mountain peaks around them, depend on energy flows, and the icy water, like a fresh breeze, invigorates and cleanses, symbolizing that every morning is a new opportunity to start fresh. Everyone's life is not just the number of years lived, but also what we fill these years with, what meaning and what joyful moments. Each morning puts before us a choice, to plunge into the daily hustle and bustle, or to create our own rituals that will energize us with life-giving power. Imagine that our body is a blooming garden. Without constant care, it will become overgrown with weeds. But if we give it a little love and care every day, it will blossom into a lush garden. Even the simplest of actions can yield amazing results. For example, express gratitude to your feet for faithfully serving you on life's journey. Soak them in a warm bath, treat them to a massage, and feel the fatigue leave your body. Start your morning hours with a cold water ablution. This simple procedure awakens your body, brings clarity to your thoughts, and fills your spirit with vigor. Take a moment of stillness. Allow yourself to listen to the rhythmic flow of your breath, to feel gratitude for the day. These practices require little time or money. They are as simple as life itself, but they can be your guides to a long and peaceful life. By taking these small steps daily in the morning, you learn mindfulness of yourself and your surroundings. And the more regularly you take them, the more tangible their impact will be. Remember, our lives are made up of the small choices we make every day. The choice is yours, to immerse yourself in the morning rush, or to take time for yourself, your thoughts, to take care of your physical and mental state. Start small. One helpful ritual, just a minute a day, and you'll notice how your surroundings begin to transform. A life without excess, but filled with care for your own well-being, is the key to harmony. Each new morning is an opportunity to see the splendor of the world around you, and let your days be filled with happiness, like the rushing of water in a forest stream, the gusts of wind on mountain tops, the bright light coming from your eyes. Do you want to immerse yourself in the world of new discoveries? Learn about methods of achieving harmony and prosperity? We invite you to visit the author's channel, where only reliable and valuable information is collected, which cannot be fully disclosed here. Do not forget to share this video with your friends and family, because the information presented in it can be invaluable for every person.